Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. Ingram again, a first down carry. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a give right side. Dobbins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's going to be caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready. 30 base.
Hey, check 24. Watch
5.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Line 6.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Lights 57. 57's right. You got nothing today.
Big grip.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year, and he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC North title. Now Jackson on 1st down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Here we go. 15 on it. Easy. 4th down. Easy. Check. First down.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Jackson on the keeper. Intended for Marquise Brown. Incomplete. It's now 4th.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited
rare.
is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down, 4 down. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Danny.
Hey, Foxtrot.
57, Mike.
Let's go.
2nd and 6. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end fed. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Check three. Hey, look.
Topper.
Kill. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
60 outlaw.
Watch the curl.
Bravo.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. You must be getting tired of seeing me. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
2nd and 5. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
All day. Check
22 jet bomber. Go.
Don't get nervous.
He'll drop to throw. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First and 10 at the
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
Hey, Charlie.
57. Mike 57.
Hey.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Mike, now.
They'll look to throw here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Watch the flag. Motion. Block. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year. Led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. Jackson's throw caught here by Boykin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
1st down, Ravens.
Jackson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Again, Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch it.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16.
First down, Baltimore.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, wahoo!
2nd and 4. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This is fielded inside the 5.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Bound to lose one. Mike's 42, Mike's 42.
Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I smell fear in that offense.
Throwing again. Jackson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go, defense. Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42. It's been a long day for you. Let's go, Mike 42. Mike 42.
To throw again is Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike's 40, Mike's 40. Ricky.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40, Mike 40.
Watch the pass. Smooth. 40's Mike. Go.
2nd and 9 now. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Ready. 50, plant.
First down.
Pick it up, guys.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 40's Mike. All you get is a headache. Mike's 40.
Shoot.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
On first down, Dobbins, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go,
At the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2 times. 4 down. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
They'll drop the throw. Got an open man. It's Rattler. And down inside the 15 he goes. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Whip. Watch the whip. Shift.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 13.
Ready.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
15 line.
Check curls. Check Mike 40.
Hey, zoom.
Watch the screen.
Now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The quick slant, good for a 1st down, a gain of 12. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Switch. Watch twist.
Go.
Check 4.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning. Don't get nervous.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Looking right sideline, that's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Baltimore.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
First down.
Here we go. Set. It's a play. Set the tone. Set the tone. Defense, let's go. Shoot. Check. Alert 3.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Check 24. Check 24.
Ingram again, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
57, Mike 57. You don't want none. You don't get it. Pick up the ball.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Line 6. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Big dribble.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 36-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A 10th carry here for Mike Ingram. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Now Joe Mixon, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line.
That's where you belong.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. They've got his man complete. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Noah Fant, 94 yards as they are able to cut into that lead. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play. There goes Mark Ingram. He's at the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 76 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Bengals. 49 yards.
Hey,
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now the pressure gets to him again. Calais Campbell in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season Each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split up.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Rams. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Out. 3 down. Out. Check.
Listen.
From the gun, here's Goff. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Throw left side complete. It's Gill. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try the left side. Dobbins, he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Let's get off the field. Undercut, undercut.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson finding Knox there, complete.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 1st down, it's gone. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Buying time to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. 3rd and 2. Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gill. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a play fake, and it's gone. this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hey, Rick Roll.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Here we go. 180.
Check my 21. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Now a first down throw. Gone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, Dobbins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Check right. Watching you five. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Goff. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Goff now looking to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Goff now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Hey, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, I'm coming out. Yeah. Mike's 50. Mike's 54. Check pass. Check pass. Hey, watch it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Now Jackson on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, let's get there. Check. Lucky.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They come out here in the I. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Going to give it to Love. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Bryce Love, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They're going to go for it. It's Goff. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
We got this at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. They were looking for Marshall that time.
Intercepted by the Ravens. His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, squad. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Blue Dan. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Check.
Jackson down. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, check 24.
On first down, here's Love. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down now, Dobbins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check.
On first down, Love. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
180.
Play action. It's gone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. To sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
7's a Mike. Mike 7. I got you.
Goff now looks to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Gone. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm here all day.
They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Mike 54. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Here we go. Check. Crunch. 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 SOS. 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 SOS.
Jackson now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And that'll be marked down as their 1st sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the 1st half. But now they've gotten their 1st sack here in the 2nd half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And, oh, my goodness, what a catch at the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 49, Rams nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, let's get this, get this.
Here's Goff. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 15 on it, 15 on it. It's a party now.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 4th down, gone. And Marshall's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Goff throwing again. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
We go tonight. 180.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Now Goff on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Goff. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
So that'll back them up 5. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And they'll indeed take a knee. So the final